Hi guys, in this episode of Ray Decay, I'm gonna be reacting to the most recent Dreamcatcher album, Summer Holiday. And yes, I know it's been a while since that album has been released, but it's just now that I've actually managed to have the time to sit down and do a reaction to it. And also the fact that I feel like I'm very likely not going to enjoy the songs much just because of the nature of the album. That is another reason why it's taking me so long to react to it. And still, I hope I get at least one song out of this that it's gonna be something that appeals to my tastes. And it's Dreamcatcher, so I feel like I will like the songs regardless. But it's just that with this most recent album that they released in the summer of 2021, they went for a little bit more mainstream and not as hard-hitting sound for it, which is fine. I don't mind groups experimenting, but it's just ultimately not what I enjoy hearing from Dreamcatcher, so I don't really want them to go in that direction. But who knows, maybe I'm still gonna enjoy these songs. And due to the amount of songs that there are in the album, we're gonna have to be splitting the album reaction in two. So in this first part of it, I'm gonna be checking out the songs Airplane and Whistle. So without further ado, let's get into the reaction, starting off with Airplane in 3, 2, 1. I really hope I like it, but I feel like I probably will have to remove my bias towards more hard-hitting and darker songs for me to enjoy these ones. Like, so far it doesn't sound bad at all, but it definitely sounds a little unlike Dreamcatcher. So far, I really like the instrumental. Also, Dami's rap is actually pretty good in this one. Okay, one thing this song definitely tells me about Dreamcatcher is that they can definitely nail any type of sound that they try to do. But that ultimately I still like them more for their sound than I like them for themselves, you know? Because, like, I like this, and I will probably listen to this even outside of the reaction, but this definitely does not entertain me as much as a more darker and hard-hitting song would, you know? I'm hoping that there is at least one song out of the B-sides that I do end up enjoying a lot. Because so far, even with some of their albums that I haven't enjoyed as much, because if you're curious, my favorite album by Dreamcatcher is, I think it's like a Tree of Dystopia or something. It's the album that has Scream as the title track. I think that is their best album, because out of all the albums of theirs that I've reacted to, that album by far has the most songs that are high quality. It could debatably have been the title track. other albums like I don't know what song that was that album had as a title track, but the album that has Break the Wall, that one, out of that album, only Break the Wall was really good. And I guess most recently with uh, uh, before, because there was Odd Eye, and that album was actually pretty good. I was worried that I wasn't gonna like it, but I actually got quite a few songs out of it that were really good. And it seems like in this case it's probably gonna be the opposite. It seems like Dreamcatcher with their albums kind of follows the pattern of I don't like it, I like it a lot. So we'll see where it's going to go, because there's still 3 songs in this album. But yeah, for this one, I like it. It's playful, it's funny. For what it is, it's fine, it's enjoyable. Just like every other Dreamcatcher song, but I don't think it's really a must-hear kind of song, which is kind of what I'm looking for from Dreamcatcher. Those are the type of songs that just appeal to me the most from them, and that's just what I want to hear. I don't really care that much about more soft and playful songs. Not that they do not nail them, or maybe sometimes I even enjoy that kind of songs from them, but that's not what I want from the B-sides, or at least for at least one of the B-sides. I just want one more hard-hitting song that I want to listen to all the time on replay. So yeah, in terms of a rating for this one, I think I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10, which might come off as surprisingly high compared to what I've said about it, but it is a pretty entertaining song. Like, I feel like people who like more softer music will enjoy it just fine, because on top of being a song that they would like, it's also Dreamcatcher, who are amazing singers. So that ups the quality of the song even more. But yeah, it's just not what I'm looking for. Hopefully, the next song, Whistle, is going to be the one that I'm gonna really like, because out of the 4 songs in this album, this one has the most interesting, potentially, name. Like, the name of this song is the only one that kind of makes me think that it's probably gonna be something that I'm gonna like, but who knows? Without further ado, let's get into Whistle and see how I'm gonna feel about it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's definitely gonna be a darker song, judging by the beginning. Or at least I hope. Okay, yeah. This is the song of this album that I like, for sure. I really like the instrumental already, dude. I swear, Dreamcatcher has the most unique music in K-pop. Nothing does it, nobody does it like them. I just really like this soulful and dark vibe that they do with these B-sides. This definitely reminds me of some of the B-sides from the Odd Eye album. Also, this one is definitely getting a second reaction. When it comes to B-sides, I only do second reactions on songs that I really like. This song is gonna be so good on second listen, I can already feel it, dude. I'm already into it, but I feel like my brain is still struggling a little bit to figure it out. So on the second listen, once I know how it flows, it's gonna be so good. Because this song definitely throws a couple of twists and turns along the ride. It's crazy how, no matter how many songs like this they have done, like soulful and dark and emotional, they still manage to somehow make new ones that stand out from the rest. I love it. But that's why they're my top 3 girl groups, so... If you're curious what the other 2 groups are, it's Everglow and ITZY. Man, that instrumental is so good. I honestly would listen to this song even if just for the instrumental. This song also gives me some early 2000s vibes, so I'm all for that. Because if you don't know, I'm a huge sucker for anything from the early 2000s, like from 2000 to 2010, or at least the early 2010s. I love the aesthetic of that time. It's like how people are suckers for like the 80s or 90s or 70s or whatever. I'm a sucker for the early 2000s. I love the aesthetic of the early 2000s, like the dark and edgy stuff. I love that. But yeah, this song, I'm into it, and I'm glad that it turned out to be exactly what I wanted it to be. Because, like I said, it's the only song that has a name that doesn't imply that it's gonna be like a more soft and more mainstream kind of ballad kind of song. Because I've heard snippets of all these songs. I checked to see if there was going to be even the possibility of me enjoying at least one of these songs, because otherwise I wouldn't want to do an album reaction if all I'm going to do is just completely trash all the songs. And this was the only one that was, at least just by like the first second, didn't seem to be a soft ballad, which I'm so glad about. I'm so glad that it turned out to be exactly what I wanted it to be. It definitely reminds me of that one song from their Odd Eye album, but I don't remember exactly what the name of it was. So give me a second. I think it was called Poison Love. Yeah, it was Poison Love. Like, this definitely reminds me in its vibe to Poison Love a lot, and I love it for that. And like I said, I'm gonna be reacting to it a second time because it is a really, really good song. So let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1.
Can you stay with me 내 품에서 휘바람을 내게 불어줘 Would you stay with me 미소 in my
Man, I love this. I don't know what else to say about this. I'm loving this. Oh yeah, it's already growing on me so much. Like, on the first listen, it was already a 9 out of 10. Now it's climbing dangerously close to a 10 out of 10. Man, they all sound so cool. Oh man, I'm curious what do you guys think about this song though? Because I feel like most Dreamcatcher fans will agree with me that this is what we enjoy hearing from Dreamcatcher. I don't think I'm alone in that. Like, I love the girls and everything, but I love them a million times more when they release songs like this. Because this is so good and it's so unique. Like, this could have easily been the title track. And that ability to have such unique but high quality B-sides is a quality that not many groups have. especially many underrated groups like Dreamcatcher. Oh, this is gonna be... I'm gonna replay the shit out of this song. Okay, I don't care about that. So, yeah, I love it. I already want to just sit down and listen to it and not continue doing these reactions, but we have to because I have a lot of videos to record today. So yeah, in terms of a rating for this one, I honestly could easily give it a 10 out of 10 because I feel like in terms of the songs of this album, this is easily gonna be the best out of them all. I do not expect All Day Long or A Heart of Sunflower, which are gonna be the two songs I'm gonna be checking out in the second part of this, in the next video. I don't expect those two songs to be anything like this, thus I don't expect them to be as good as this song. So in terms of the songs of the album, it is practically a 10 out of 10, but for a more fair rating in comparison to Dreamcatcher songs in general, I am going to give it a 9.4 out of 10. I feel like that's what the song is, that's what it was intended to be, and that is what it is. I like it that much at this point. I will be definitely replaying it a lot, and it's definitely going to my playlist. But yeah, I am curious, what do you guys think about these two songs that we've checked out so far, so comment it down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, and Shenchez. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it, it really means a lot to me. They have decided to support me, and I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything, and that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think this is pretty much it for this first part of this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!